Buck is the champion when it comes to YouTube. So let me show you the YouTube Insight, and then we'll wrap up here. YouTube Insight is, if you're already posting video on YouTube and you haven't seen this yet, then you got to check it out. To access YouTube Insight, the best place to do it is to go under My Videos. And what this is an analytics program. It's going to help you get a better understanding of who the makeup of your YouTube audience is. We'll tell you all these ways to go out there and get these viewers. Now, if they're watching off-site, we really can't find anything out about them. But if they're watching your video on YouTube, there's ways to go in and find out which one of these methods is working, which one isn't, to get a better idea of the demographics of your audience. Let me scroll down here and find a good one. The one that I wanted to show you is one I was just looking at the other day, and that is for... No, his I Am Rich. This is good. Now, see, from my videos, you can actually go in here and do all these things. Audio swap, by the way, I didn't mention that just recently when annotations was showing up. Audio swap is a new feature that lets you actually take a video that has no sound and add music to it. And they actually give you tracks that you can choose from. If you go in there under Audio Swap, you can take a look at it. If you've got a video that you want to set to music, they have royalty-free music that you can go ahead and select and swap out the audio that you may already have for a video with audio that YouTube offers to you for free. Very cool thing. I just actually noticed that this afternoon. Meanwhile, I'm going to come in here and look at Insight. That's the analytics program. And I can do it for this video specifically. And in doing that, it's going to load all this data. And Insight information, again, that was under My Videos that I just looked that up. It's going to show us the traffic for this particular video and how it's fared over the course of time. And we can also see what day of the week most people have viewed our videos, come over and look at where people live that are watching our videos, what countries. We pull most from the United States. Sometimes I'll see Australia highlighted with Brad's videos. The demographics tab here breaks it down by age group. Wow, he's actually got 30% that are 13 to 17. That's kind of crazy. And we can actually look at it for age ranges for both genders. It says genders for all age groups, 18% female, 82% male. Actually, maybe that does make sense, 13 to 17, because he is reporting on tech news and iPhone things, and it seems to me iPhone is the new, I guess, trend among the young people. Discovery, this is my favorite. This is actually going to show us the source of views for Brad's videos.
Wow, okay.
Here it tells us that 45, I know, isn't that great? 45% are coming from related videos and search within YouTube. And I'm telling you, this, I don't know how typical this is of other people, but a lot of these tricks I've been showing you here tonight are what's there to try and drive this. And I can actually click on the related videos, and it does a breakdown for me. Now, that I Am Rich guided tour I've been sitting here showing you the whole day, that's actually showing us that, well, that's only getting us 9.8% of the total views, which is still some. But apparently the other video that and I click on it, I can actually go and see it. Oops, that's fine. If I click on it, it'll open a new tab. This video, here, look, yeah, we're number 3 right next to it. That probably has a lot to do with it. With that other I Am Rich guided tour, we were at number 6. So even though we came up once the video ended, we had to, over here in the related videos, have to scroll all the way down. Here, we're just right there at number 3. And it's showing us, again, that Brad's getting from that particular, 22% of his views are coming from people that watched that video. That's probably why those numbers are 13 to 17, by the way, on the demographics for this video. It's probably a lot of young kids watching that. But anyway, so then you can see, and a lot of times, too, you can use this in the first few days and find out who's watching your video from these, where they're coming from, what related videos, and then go do it more to get yourself related even better. Move yourself up the rankings, post your video as a response. If you know that traffic's already coming from a video, then you can go and find out whose video you're already coming up next to as being related to. Also, the YouTube search, this is going to show us, wow, the I Am Rich application is what I was always studying. That's only 1.7% of the total views. 13% is coming from I Am Rich. And the thing you have to realize, that seems like a low number, but it's also 1.3% of 37% of total views.
Right.
So that's why that is. But only 8% coming from embedded players. Now, it says your Google search is actually giving 3.1, so perhaps this video is coming up either Google search or maybe just under Google video. But isn't that interesting?
That is amazing. I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't think you built it this way, but it's kind of proof about the whole thing that you were talking about. You know, I mean, if you would have just placed that video up for Brad's audience, you know, you would have missed 82% of the traffic.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
and those 13 to 17-year-old kids were obviously watching one kid's video about the $1,000 iPhone app, and then the fact that Brad's reporting on it, hey, we were getting traffic from those. And I would never have thought of that as our target audience, ever.
Exactly. And you know, but just proof that the majority of your stuff is not going to come. You know, I mean, some people have a hard time with this. You know, we like to think, well, you know, we like to think the Kevin Costner School of Internet Marketing, you know, if we build it, they will come. No. If you build it, it's on YouTube and YouTube will host it. Then what you have to do is you have to do the stuff that you showed here to actually get it so that they come from related videos. They come from search. They come from all these other things. I mean, that's extremely important.
And maybe even Google.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is you kind of proved, you know, the validity of your entire presentation. Not that anybody was questioning it, but this is exactly why we do this.
Insight didn't even come along until long after I was gone from the Voters TV and was just starting to help Brad a little bit, but I didn't even go in and start looking at a lot of this stuff until long after I'd already been doing the stuff for Niche Ninjas and trying to help them, and didn't really help them a whole lot, but you just showed them a few of the methods. And when I went in and actually took a look at this Insight information, I went, oh my gosh, I was doing it right, or it worked. And I got that proof. I was able to see it in the numbers and see the numbers go up, so I knew something was working. But by going in with Insight, and that's why I want everyone to make sure they use it, because you can already, traffic that you're already getting, if you've already got videos up, you can go ahead and analyze that and get an idea of where you're starting from, and then do sort of a before and after comparison.
No,
and the final thing that I wanted to just mention, it's kind of silly, really, but if you are doing a regular show, and I don't know who the makeup of our audience is, but if anyone's out there that has something like the Freeline Report or the Voters TV, and you're doing regular content or you're already getting quite a few views, one of the things to aim for is to become a YouTube partner. The two big things that you have to have, the criteria they looked at, one, you have to have content that's updated frequently, at least once a week, if not more. And number two, you have to have at least one video that's done really, really well, maybe several. And I'm talking about at least over 10,000. And once you've done that, they've got revenue sharing. They let your videos autoplay on your channel. If you go to someone's page and their video starts autoplaying right on their channel and you go, how'd they do that? That's how. They applied to be a YouTube partner, and they were selected. They selected the Voters TV, and it was just after I left. We applied while I was still there, and then they selected us. And since then, their videos still do well on our vlog, the Voters.tv, but they don't do so well on YouTube anymore. I mean, if they hit 500, it's a good day. So I don't think YouTube regrets its decision, but my point is, though, that you do have to have some videos that have done really well before you'll be accepted in there. But once you are, YouTube really helps you to drive that traffic. They do all kinds of things for you, various features that they give you access to. In fact, the video thumbnail, you no longer get 3 to choose from. I think you get to choose from like 30. Kind of like if anyone's ever uploaded to Daily Motion, they give you a lot of choices. So you would simply go in here and fill out the information and keep applying. We did with the Voters TV. It took us, I think, 5 times of applying before we finally got accepted. And unfortunately, I was already gone, so I didn't get to experience what that was like. But they will run ads on your videos. That's something to know. But in terms of the views you're getting, you'll seek monetary compensation. Voila, Paul, that ends my presentation.
Well, you know what I want to do here is there are a few questions, and we'll hit those offline to the people who asked them, but I kind of want to let this just stand as it is. Again, I don't think you planned it this way, but that last bit about Google Insight really proved exactly what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. You know, YouTube is
Sure.
not just a free video hosting platform. YouTube is an incredible source of traffic. And if you do this stuff strategically, you can see, you know, more of your traffic coming from YouTube than any effort that you did. So, I mean, if you think about it, then it becomes really amazing. Not only do they host your video for free, but they actually bring you an audience.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. You know, and the stuff that Julie showed you here, and whether or not you want to do some of the black hat or the gray hat or whatever you want to call it, you know, even if you follow all the stuff of just the keywords and the titling and the video responses and just, you know, like Buck does, you know, ask for comments and ask for these things, you're going to do incredibly well. So I kind of want this to just leave with this and let people ponder what they just saw, because it's very considerable. And I mean, you know, myself here, I've got another list of things I want to do and I want to think about, and you've changed my mind, and I know you've changed, the audience's mind, and I know that when this product comes out, it's gonna be pretty fabulous. So,
Wonderful. I
so
would love to hear that.
one thing I would love, guys, for those of you listening to this live or those of you listening to the raw video, send an email to Colligan, Colligan, at gmail.com with your testimonials of what you saw today. Text is great, but of course, video is wonderful. Of course, audio is wonderful, that type of thing, because this will be released to a product. And Frank here.
And I would so appreciate if they did. Yes, that would be very helpful for us. We'd love your feedback as far as that is concerned, and to know what you thought.
Yeah, and send that to Colligan at Gmail. And the cool thing is, if you send a really cool testimonial, I bet you if you attach a question to that, you'll probably get an answer back pretty quickly. And
I'm happy to answer questions. I would love to.
Julie, how can they get a hold of you on Twitter?
Twitter is /Julie Perry. Julie, P as in Paul, ERRY.
And that's probably the best way to contact you?
That is a great way, yeah. And if I need to then send an email where they can drop me an email, then we can do it that way. But, yeah, just definitely get in touch with me through Twitter. But obviously, I think that the way that I analyzed a lot of this stuff, I'm very passionate about YouTube. I'm working on it with some other people and trying to assist them. And trust me, if you have a question, it is my honor to answer it. I love talking about this subject. So send me your questions, and I'm happy to type you out a response.
Hey, thank you so much, Julie. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending. Again, thank you so much, Julie. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Have a great one.
Great opportunity.
Have a great one, everybody.